Hey there, folks. Imagine this: you come back from a week of fishing and campfires, your kids still giggling about the s'mores, only to find your backyard, your sacred slice of peace, turned into a freaking county fair. Strangers sprawled on your deck, kids trampling your wife's roses, and some HOA queen bee smirking like she owns the place. That's exactly what happened to me. And let me tell you, it wasn't just a violation, it was a declaration of war, and I was ready to fight for what's mine. My name's Tom, and I live in Willow Creek, a sleepy little suburb in Ohio where the houses are cozy, the lawns are neat, and everybody waves like they mean it. My wife, Sarah, and I bought our place about 8 years ago, not because it was some McMansion, but because of the backyard. It's huge, like a private park, with old maples casting shade, a stone patio we laid ourselves, and a little koi pond Sarah babies like it's her third kid. We've got a fire pit for summer barbecues, a swing set for our 2 boys, and flower beds that bloom like a painting every spring. That yard's our escape, our bubble where the world's chaos can't touch us. But in Willow Creek, there's this homeowners association. Yep, the HOA. Those folks will fine you for a crooked mailbox or grass half an inch too tall. I'd always kept them at arm's length, polite but firm, because my deed's crystal clear, my land, my rules. Last summer, we took a family trip to a cabin on Lake Erie. Just a week of swimming, hot dogs, and no Wi-Fi. Pure bliss. I locked the house, mowed the lawn, checked the pond filter, and we drove off, feeling like nothing could go wrong. Oh, how naive I was. When we pulled back into the driveway, I noticed extra cars clogging the street, music thumping faintly from behind the house. My stomach twisted. I bolted to the backyard, and my jaw hit the ground. My private oasis was a circus, a giant inflatable screen blasting some Pixar flick, rows of folding chairs packed with neighbors, tables loaded with chips and soda, and industrial trash cans like we were hosting a rock festival. Kids were stomping through Sarah's flower beds. Some guy had his beer sweating on my teak table, and the air reeked of popcorn and disrespect. Then I saw Herlinda, the HOA president, strutting over with her clipboard and a smile so smug it could curdle milk. Tom, you're back. Isn't this amazing? The neighborhood needed a movie night, and your yard's just perfect. Perfect? I felt my blood boil. Linda, this is my backyard. What the hell are you doing? Her head tilted, like I was some cranky toddler. Oh, Tom, don't be dramatic. Your yard's so big, and frankly, it's just sitting here. We voted HOA approved. I couldn't believe it. Approved? This is private property. You can't just waltz in and throw a party. She didn't blink. Think of the community, Tom. The kids love it. You should be proud. Proud. I wanted to scream. Instead, I turned to the crowd, voice shaking but loud. This is my property. Party's over. Pack it up. Groans rippled through the neighbors. Some looked embarrassed, grabbing their coolers. Others glared like I was the bad guy. Linda sighed, all theatrical, and muttered, "You're making a mistake, Tom. The community won't forget this." As they dismantled the screen and hauled off the chairs, I stood there, watching my trampled lawn and crushed roses, feeling less like a victor and more like a guy who'd just been punched in the gut. That night, I hammered a "no trespassing" sign into the grass. It felt good, but deep down, I knew Linda wasn't done. A couple of weeks later, I got called out of town for a work conference 3 days in Chicago. No choice. I left thinking the sign and my showdown with Linda would keep things quiet. Big mistake. Late one night, my phone buzzed. It was Sarah, her voice tight with panic. "Tom, she's back. Linda's throwing another movie night, bigger, louder, like a festival. The boys can't sleep. They're scared." I told her to stop, but she laughed it off, said it's for the kids. My heart sank. I could picture it, lights blazing, music blaring, my yard a free-for-all. "Lock the doors," I told Sarah. "I'm coming home." I booked the next flight, called the cops from the airport, and spent the whole ride fuming. Linda had crossed a line, and I was done playing nice. When I pulled up, it was worse than I'd imagined. String lights crisscrossed my trees, a massive screen glowed like a billboard, and the crowd, twice as big as before, spilled across every inch of my yard. Kids were chasing each other through the koi pond's gravel, and some guy was grilling burgers on my patio like it was his damn kitchen. I stormed in, the police cruiser right behind me. The crowd froze as I marched up to Linda, who was handing out popcorn like some twisted prom queen. "Tom, grab a seat. We're just getting to the good part," she chirped. I didn't hold back. Linda, this is illegal. I've got cops here, and you're done. She didn't flinch, just pulled a paper from her bag and waved it at the officers. I have Tom's permission, signed months ago. It's all legit. My jaw dropped. That's a lie. I never signed anything. Linda smirked. Oh, Tom, you're so forgetful. Check the fine print. I turned to the cops, pulling up my property deed on my phone. That's a forgery. Look at my deed. This is my land. One officer studied her paper, then my documents. Sir, this checks out, he said, handing my phone back. He turned to Linda. Ma'am, if this signature's fake, that's a crime. Either way, this is private property. Clear out now. For the first time, Linda's smile cracked, but she played it cool, barking at the crowd to pack up. As they shuffled off, she leaned in close, her voice low. You'll pay for this, Tom. I stared her down. No, Linda. You will. The next morning, I was on the phone with a lawyer, Rachel Carter, a no-nonsense attorney who'd taken down HOA tyrants before. I laid it all out. The invasions, the forged document, the trashed yard, Sarah's tears, my kids' fear. Rachel didn't blink. This is a slam dunk. Trespassing, property damage, forgery, emotional distress. We hitting her with everything. We dug in, pulling security footage of Linda leading her posse onto my land, audio of her dismissing Sarah's pleas, and even emails where she lied to the HOA board about my approval. A handwriting expert confirmed the signature was fake. Game on. The courtroom was electric. Linda sat there, her usual swagger gone, as Rachel laid out our case like a prosecutor in a movie. The footage showed Linda's crew trampling my yard. Sarah's testimony about the second invasion brought a lump to my throat. Even a neighbor, Mike, admitted he doubted Linda's story but went along because she's the HOA. Linda's lawyer tried to spin it was acting in good faith for the community. Rachel shut that down with one question. Does good faith include forging a signature? The room went dead quiet. The judge didn't hesitate. Linda was guilty trespassing, forgery, the works. She was ordered to pay for the damages, my legal fees, and a chunk for the stress she'd caused. Her face went white as the numbers piled up. The HOA got a slap, too, forced to rewrite their rules to stop this nonsense from happening again. Driving home, I felt lighter than I had in months. Sarah greeted me with a hug, the boys tackled me, and for the first time, our yard felt like ours again. We built a tall cedar fence, added more cameras, and spent weekends replanting Sarah's flowers with the boys, their little hands in the dirt, laughing like nothing had ever happened. Linda? She was toast. The HOA booted her, and the neighborhood turned on her. I'd see her scurry to her car, head down, no more clipboard or smug grin. Neighbors started dropping by, some to apologize, others to help mulch the garden. The HOA's new board listens, and Willow Creek feels like a real community now, not Linda's kingdom. Sitting on my deck now, coffee in hand, I think about what I learned. Fighting for what's yours is hard, sleepless nights, endless stress, but it's worth it. Those photos, videos, and emails, they were my ammunition. Without them, Linda's lies might have won. My yard's more than a yard. No, it's proof you can stand up to bullies and win. But here's the thing. Part of me wonders if I could have tried talking to Linda first, neighbor to neighbor, before it all blew up. Maybe she was just desperate for control, or maybe she thought she was doing good. I don't know. What do you think? Could I have stopped this sooner, or was the fight inevitable? Drop a comment. Share your take. I am curious. And if you've got an HOA horror story, spill it. Let's keep this conversation going.